Hello there. Very happy to be in touch with you guys. Session 4 of Nirvana Shatkam. In the session 3, last session, we started with the verse number 1, first verse. Now, in this posting, we will try to cover verse 2 and 3. Okay. Before that, I thought I should give one more example relating to the verse 1. Suppose a person has taken up the profession of acting. So, he will be known as an actor. So, suppose he is given a role of a king. Okay. So, he has to, if he has taken the role of a king, then you have to attire like a king. You should wear crown, ornaments. You should talk like a king. You should walk like a king, So, for all practical purpose, he should behave like a king. But you should always know he is a human being playing the role of a king. When he can distinguish his true self and the role, he will do the role very well. Correct? And people will also appreciate and he will also be happy. But once he comes back to the green room, he has to become, he should know that he has to remove all the dresses, right? So his identification with the Maharaja or the king goes away, he becomes his true self, right? Suppose he identify himself with the Maharaja too much, then it is a big problem for him, right? His behavior in the house will be a problem, okay? With others will be a problem. Then he will not, the next film, if he is given a role of a beggar, he will not take the role. So he should be very clear between the role and his true self, right? Similarly, when we are living in the relative world, we know the world is relative because it doesn't have any independent existence. It depends on so many things, which we saw that, right? Without our sensations, the world depends upon our sensation to be there, right? So it is only relative real. So in the real world, we also play a lot of roles. We play a role of a son, daughter, father, mother, teacher, student, boss, subordinate. We need to play the role very well, having taken the role. This clarity, this relative reality should be very clearly understood. And we should keep ourselves, that person who is taking the role of the king should tell very clearly, I am not the king. I am only playing the role of the king. That is only relatively real. I am a human being. I am not this. I am not this. Suppose he is identifying himself with the particular role, he will be in trouble. Same way, we need to know that all the relative reality, like the mind, the transaction we do with the mind, body, everything, they are all relatively real. And my true nature is, I am Satchitananda. Once you know the demarcation, you will play your role very well. The undercurrent, you will always know the truth, correct? Irrespective of the role you play. Also, when the person knows himself what he is being, he will act very well, both as a king as well as a beggar. In beggar, you will do that. You will wear the torn cloth, and you will have the begging bowl, and also you will act so beautifully there, because he knows he is not that. But suppose he identify himself with the beggar, you will have a tough time, right? Even after the role is over, right? But in our case, we keep identifying ourselves with what we are not all the time. That is the cause of suffering. The role keep coming and it keeps going and it's changing. It is not permanent. A role is born, a role is lived for some time, the role is dead, the new role is taken. But if I know for sure that I am the person who is playing the role, I am not the role, where is the misery? Actually, the substance of Nirvana Shatkam says that don't identify with your body, mind, intellect complex. That is only relatively real. That depends upon you, the real self, the Satchitananda, the consciousness. And know this truth. This is the thing I thought I should give the example. It's very relevant here. I hope you appreciate that. You can imagine some actor, whomever the actor you likes very well. You think of that person playing the role of a Raja. Then after the role is over, he himself becomes the human being. You can appreciate the difference, right? That's why the actor who are versatile, taking multiple roles, we appreciate them because they can very clearly differentiate from themselves their true being with the roles. So we also have to be very versatile. When I am talking to you, I know I am taking a role, right? And you are listening here, that is also a role. We need to be very clear on that. But the undercurrent is the reality should be understood. Now let us go to verse 2. Hope you are enjoying. It takes time. It takes time. You keep listening, remove your doubts, abide in this truth, keep contemplate on it. That's very important. It has to sink in. You have to assimilate this like a food. A good food, if it is not digested, it will create a problem. But it is digested, it becomes you, and a healthy you rather, right? So let us go to verse 2. Nacha prana sankhya. The concept is same in all the verses. What is your true self? What is you mistake yourself to be? And the distinction is given all the thing. So once you understand the concept, which is I took a lot of time with the first verse. Now the other verses we can understand and appreciate, and we can move fast. Verse number 2. Nacha prana sankhyaha na vai panchavayuhu na va sapta dhatuhu na va panchakoshaha na vakpanipadam na cha upastha payu chidananda rupash shivoham. We will see the meaning word by word. Nacha prana samhyaha. Samhya means name, the terminology. I am not prana. Prana means what? The life force which gives life to a person. Prana. I am not that. Na vai panchavayuhu. I am not the 5 functions of prana. What are they? We know prana, apana, samana, vyana, and udara. I am not that. These are all physiological functions. Prana is respiratory function, then apana, excretory function, then vyana, circulatory function, samana, digestive function, udana is when the going out, when the life goes out, it takes the life force away and goes up. Everything has got its functions. So I am not this functions, various functions of physiological functions of prana. Na va sapta dhatuhu. Sapta dhatuhu. They are the building blocks of the body. What are they? The sapta dhatu, rasa. Rasa is a plasma. Rakta is blood. Mamsa is flesh. Meda is fat. Asti is bone. Majja is bone marrow. Shukra is semen. I am not this. So the bone marrow, it releases the blood cells into the bloodstream. The white blood corpuscles, the red corpuscles, these are all there, These are all because of bone marrow. So without bone marrow, our bodies could not produce the white cells that we need to fight infections. And also without bone marrow, the red blood cells will not be there, and we need red blood vessels to carry oxygen. And also platelets also, without bone marrow, platelets won't be there, and we need them for stopping bleeding, So everything has got these are all the constituent of the gross body. I am not that. Nava panchakoshaha. Panchakosha means annamaya, the food sheath. Pranamaya, the vital force sheath. Mind, mental sheath. The intellectual sheath. And the bliss sheath. I am not that sheath. Sheath means the cover. I am the person who is inside and outside, everywhere. I am that. I am not limited by anything. Okay. So I am not this sheath. Na vak pani padam na cha upastha vayu. So earlier verse we saw that I am not the jnanendriya, sense organs. Here he says that I am not the karmendriya. What are the 5 karmendriyas? Hand, legs, and speech organ, and genital and anus. I am not this also. So this is what he says, that again identify, because these are all relative reality. These all depend on me, the consciousness. But unfortunately, we depend on, or we identify with this the relative reality, and which are always changing, okay, which are depending on me, and in the process we suffer because of wrong identification. And the concept is remove the wrong identification and identify with your true self. Now verse 3. Name dosha ragau, name lobha mohau, mado naiva me naiva matsarya bhavaha, na dharmo na cha artho, na kamo na mokshaha, chidananda rupa shivoham shivoham. Name dvesha ragau, dvesha raga. I am not hatred, I am not desire. Okay? I am not the hatred, I am not the desire. Name, it's not me, okay? It's not mine rather. Name lobha moho, lobha and moha. Lobha is what? Lobha is greediness. Moha means delusion. Mado naiva, see this Raga Dvesha, there are Shat Ripus. Shat Ripus means 6 enemies we have, internal enemies. What are they? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. What is Kama? Kama is desire. Krodha, I'll give you the relationship between them. Krodha is anger. Lobha is greediness. Moha is delusion. Mada means arrogance. Matsarya means jealousy. I am not this. These are all the attributes. I am not this. Okay? And I am not this 4 Purusharthas. What I wanted to achieve. What are they? Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Righteous actions, meritorious actions, Dharma. And Artha means acquiring wealth. And Kama means enjoying them. And Moksha means acquiring liberations. I am not this. Why? This is only for a person who identifies with the body, mind, intellect and who thinks they are bound. But I am always free. I am always liberated. So why should I have all this thing? And I am not identifying, since I am not identifying with the body, mind, intellect, I am not the doer. If I am doer only, I have to do meritorious action. I have to acquire wealth. I have to enjoy them. So I am neither a doer nor a enjoyer. So I am not this. Very clearly he is saying that what I am. These are all happening, appear in me. It's happening because of me, in my presence, but I am not that. With the sunlight, everything is visible. Okay, but the sunlight doesn't depend on this. And sunlight is not that the object which is being revealed by it. Okay, that's what he's saying that. Say that Kama, Krodha, Dvesha, Raga. What he said that when the desires, we all have desires, and it is not possible to fulfill all the desires. So the unfulfilled desires create an unconscious pain. This pain leads to anger. Okay, that's what we see in Bhagavad Gita. I want to quote chapter 3, verse 37, a beautiful verse. Kamaha yesha krodhaha yeshaha rajoguna samudbhavaha mahaashanaha mahapapma viddhi enam iha vairinam. The desire only is the different name for anger. Is desire is only anger, because as I said, the desire, if they are not fulfilled, it creates the unconscious pain that becomes anger. Is a transformed, is a further processed desire is anger. So he says that in Bhagavad Gita he says Kama yesha Krodha yesha. They are one and the same, and they are all created by Rajoguna. Okay, and they eat you, they consume you well, and this is a great sin. It's very sin. And no, Viddhi, no, Enam. In this material world, these are all our enemy. The Kama Krodha is enemy. That's what Bhagavad Gita says that. That's what he is also said that you are not that. Don't identify with that. And we say that I am angry, I am jealous. You are not. These are all appearances in you. You are not that. Then Bhagavad Gita chapter 5 verse 23 also say that Shaknoti iha eva yaha sodum prak sharira Vimokshanat Kamakrota Udbhavam Vegam Saha Yuktaha Saha Suhi Naraka. Shaknoti. For whom it is possible in this world, Iha Eva, in this world itself, okay, Sodum, to give up Prak Sharira Vimokshanat. Before giving up this body in this world, for whoever it is possible to give up Kama Krodha Udbhavam, the force created by the Kama, that is the desire and the anger, that person is a yogi. Yuktaha. Saha Sukhi Naraka. He is happy. Because he identifies himself with the true nature, right? In Yoga Sutra, chapter 2, verse 3, Avidya, Asmita, Ragadvesha, Abhiniveshaha, Kleshaha. I said in my last sessions, Asmita, that ego, Ahankara, that is Asmita. Avidya, ignorance. Asmita, that ego. Ragadvesha, the attachment and aversion. Abhinivesha, clinging on to this body, thinking that this is me, and clinging, nobody wants to die. Okay? And these are all the kleshaha. Kleshaha means the causes of suffering. Because of the ignorance, right? That's why that is come as a first avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abhiniveshaha. Kleshaha, causes of suffering. So know yourself. So Nirvana Shatkam gives the true knowledge. And we need to contemplate. It is a Nididhyasana Grantha. It is a text for contemplation. Okay? Then, what is Lobha? Lobha, I said that greed. Okay? In what way it is different from ambition? When the ambition is adharmic, in unrighteous way you are fulfilling your ambition, that becomes Lobha. Otherwise, have ambition is very good. Righteous ambitions are always good. What is moha? Confused priorities, confused values. Okay? Misguided importance or values is called moha. These are all not me. But if I identify with them, I have a suffering. In Yoga Sutra, chapter 2, verse 33 say that Vidarka Badane Pradibhaksha Bhavanam. So what he says, when you identify yourself with this Kama, Krodha, all these Shat Ripus, 6 enemies, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. That is desire, that is lust. Okay? Excessive desire, it is different from need. Then anger, then greed, okay? Then delusions, then arrogance and jealousy. When you have this, he says that Vidarka Badane, these negative thoughts, how you can nullify them, you can neutralize them, Pradibhaksha Bhadanam. You take the opposite. Whenever you have a karma, desires, feel contented, understand your true nature. Okay? The desires happen only to the wrong identified person, the body, mind, intellect complex, not to the consciousness. So be contented by knowing the truth. Similarly, Krodha, anger, love, show love, that is your true nature, because you are seeing everybody in you and you in everybody. Okay? So similarly, the opposite qualities if you develop, the same thing Yoga Sutra Patanjali says that 1.33, the chapter 1, verse 33, Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, Upakshanam, Sukha, Dukkha, Punya, Vishayanam, Bhavanataha, Chitta Prasadanam. Maitri, you have to have friendly with whom? The people who are happy. You should not be jealous. When people are happy, you should be very friendly with those people and wish them good. Identify yourself with them. And Karuna, the people who are suffering, dukkha, they are having dukkha, be compassionate with them. See that what you can do. Okay? In the process, you are only keeping yourself happy. Okay? And mudita, mudita means glad. Punya people, the people who are meritorious. You know, they don't do now anything, but still they are prosperous and happy because they have done something in the past. Apurva palam. Then what you should do, you should be glad. And apunyam, the demeritorious people, the who are doing all very all wrong things, wrong deeds. Then what happened? Don't try to criticize them. You don't know why they are doing what they are doing. Okay? So if this attitude, if you develop from this attitude, you will have the mental tranquility. That's what he says that. Then he is not saying that I am not these four goals, What is that? Artha, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. I am not that. Okay? He said that. Because the dharma is the acquisition of merits, artha is acquiring wealth, kama is enjoying pleasure, and moksha is seeking liberation. Because he is not identifying with self, this body-mind complex, that is the bound one. Okay? I know that I am never bound. I am free. I am always. Because I am Satchitananda. All these are required only for people who think wrongly because of ignorance that they are bound. They are not full. That's why I need to do good things. Okay, and they think they are the doer. They are the enjoyer. For them it is required. I am not that. I am the consciousness. Chidananda Rupaha Shivoham Shivoham. So let me chant the verse number 2 and 3. Nacha prana sankhyaha navai pancha vayuhu nava sapta dhatuhu nava pancha koshaha nava panipatam nacha upasta payuhu. Okay? Shivananda rupash shivoham shivoham. Okay? So he is saying that I am not the prana, I am not the physiological functions of the prana, I am not the components of the gross body, the 7 dhatus, okay, building blocks. I am not the 5 koshas, annamaya kosha, pranamaya kosha, manamaya kosha, vijnanamaya kosha, anandamaya kosha, and I am not karma indriya. What are the karma indriya? Also I said legs, hands, and speech organ, genital and anus. I am not this. Who am I? I am Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. And verse 3, Name Dvesha Ragau, Name Lobha Moho, Madho Naiva Me Naiva Matsariya Bhavaha, Na Dharmo Na Cha Artho, Na Kamo Na Mokshaha, Chidananda Rupaha, Shivoham Shivoham. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Next posting, we'll see verse 4. Thank you.